Welcome to Triple R, Rock Riddle's Reality. I am Rock Riddle. I have at least 4 Ron Howard stories for you. I'm going to share 2 of those stories now and save the other 2 for an upcoming video. When I was just a little kid, I watched Ronnie Howard on the Andy Griffith Show. And occasionally I'll still see on like MeTV, I'll see an old rerun, and it brings me back to my childhood. Each one of those shows was like a morality play in that there was usually a lesson to be learned or wisdom to be gained. And then I watched Ron, no longer Ronnie, now he's big, he's grown. I watched Ron Howard as Richie Cunningham in the amazingly successful television series Happy Days. That series ran from about 1974 until 1980. And of course, we can still watch that show in reruns. While I was wrestling out of the Hollywood, California NWA office, that's NWA's National Wrestling Alliance, while I was doing that, I was pursuing also film and television work. In fact, in other videos, look for them, I'll talk about how I acquired my agent, how I received also starring billing in my first Hollywood movie with Robin Williams, how I became an agent and co-owner of a Screen Actors Guild franchised Beverly Hills-based talent agency, then a casting director. Yes, I have casting director credits, and then producer, but all of that again is for upcoming videos. Want to get a little bit of an idea, take a look at IMDb, InternetMovieDatabase.com. During the time that I was pursuing the film and television work, I remember getting a call from my agent, Norah Sanders. Wonderful lady. Her offices were on Hayvenhurst Boulevard. That's North Hollywood. Norah, with her delightful, slight English accent, when I answered the phone, she said, "Rock, it's Norah. I just set an audition appointment for you for a movie. You're going to be meeting with Ron Howard personally. He specifically asked for you." I smiled. I thought maybe Ron Howard just might be a wrestling fan and knew who I was. And if so, that was extremely cool. I met with Ron in an upper floor office on Sunset Strip. That's the famous portion of Sunset Boulevard that's between Hollywood and Beverly Hills. I remember it was on the north side of the street, and we had a beautiful view. Ron was really friendly, very cordial, very courteous, just the way you might expect him to be. He was also happy. He was excited. I had a feeling it was a challenge for him to contain his enthusiasm. And it wasn't because I was in his office. It was because of what was happening with him. And he says, "Rock," he said, "I'm being given the opportunity that I've always wanted." Beaming with pride, he continued, "Roger Corman's letting me direct my first movie. It's called Grand Theft Auto." Ron was, I felt good for him. I felt happy for him. He was so excited, so proud to tell me about it. He said the movie was months away from going into production, and that calling me in so early was a little premature, but he wanted to meet me. I think I was pretty flattered. He asked me what kind of roles I like to play. What kind of roles I like to play? That statement could have been interpreted as, "I want you in the film. What role would you like?" Wow. We had a wonderful conversation. I felt like we had known each other for a long, long time, much more than just the half an hour, 45 minutes that we spent in his office. Having a wrestler's sense of humor, having an extreme sense of humor, having a background where I have played jokes on a number of people, as wrestlers do, ribs as we call them, I could not let the opportunity go by. So I said to Ron Howard, I said, "So Ron, this is going to be your first directing job. That's your dream? That's fantastic. Good for you. He's smiling and nodding. I said, have you done anything else in the industry? He hesitated for a moment and said, well, yes, Rock. I'm an actor, just like you. I thought that was quite a compliment. I'm an actor just like you. This guy's like up here, and I was just down on the bottom getting started in the film and television industry. I said, really? After he told me he was an actor just like me, I said, really? Do you have anything going on now? He said, yes. I said, okay, are you doing a movie or a television or what? He said, television. I said, so what are you, like on a series or something? His response was, yes. Slightly bewildered look on his face. I said, great. What series? He said, Happy Days. He said it proudly. I said, excuse me, happy what? He says, Happy Days. I shrugged, sort of shook my head a little bit. It was an obvious indication that I had never heard of that show. But I had to keep a straight face, otherwise the joke would not be funny. And Ron's response was, Rock, that's okay. It's okay. It was almost like he was apologizing that I did not know about his television series. Anyway, we had a wonderful conversation. We thanked each other. We said our goodbyes. I walked out his office door and closed it behind me. I counted 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. I opened the door. Ron is still standing there facing the door. I'm grinning at him, and I did the Fonzie character. Hey. So then he got the joke, and he smiled. It was great. By the way, one of the things that Ron told me in the meeting might be of interest, might be of value, might be of use to some of the viewers. He said, Rock, we're going to be moving our offices and we won't be starting the film right away. But we want you to keep in touch. Now, if you don't hear from us in the next 6 weeks, be sure to call us. Guess what? I never called. Other actors who did call, like Tom Hanks, for example, people of that sort, ended up as major international superstars. But I was young, and I gave priority to a vain attempt at saving a not-worth-saving relationship. Wow. Do I have any regrets? No. You see, I learned from my mistakes, and I very seldom make the same mistake twice. Learning from mistakes makes each mistake worthwhile. Take 2. Learning from mistakes makes each mistake worthwhile. Every mistake has value. As long as we use it to learn from. As long as we learn from it, it has value. Several weeks after my meeting with Ron Howard, I was having dinner with a couple of friends, with my little son, and an older couple from out of town. We were eating at Marie Callender's restaurant that was in North Hollywood. And across the room from us was Ron Howard. His wife, he was with his wife. I'm pretty sure it was his wife. And probably that was the gentleman with him was Rance, his father. The older lady at our table tapped me on the shoulder and whispered, Rock, is that Ron Howard? Yes, I said. He keeps staring at you. I know. He's trying to work up the courage to come over and ask for an autograph. Straight face. My out-of-town friend nodded and said, "Oh, I see." It was a challenge to keep from laughing. Ron Howard and I were both certainly aware that each other was there in the restaurant. We had already acknowledged each other without words, but neither of us wanted to get up and walk to the other and interrupt their meal. It's like two gentlemen. What was amazing to me was this, and whenever I share this story, I don't often share it, but sometimes in a seminar people will ask. What was amazing to me was the fact that Ron Howard, one of the most successful and one of the most recognizable international superstars on the planet, star of this amazing hit television series, that he's eating, first of all, in a regular restaurant like Marie Callender's, with family members, with no bodyguards, and apparently with no fear. As far as I know, Ron Howard had no enemies in this business, in the entertainment industry. He still doesn't, to the best of my knowledge. And I can only say that about an incredibly minute percentage of the people in the entertainment industry. Usually there's going to be some haters out there who decide that you're the reason for some of their problems. But Ron Howard, again, everybody loved him. Everybody still does. So, those are two stories on Ron Howard. Now, on to Henry Winkler. Actually, I do have a few first-hand Henry Winkler stories, great stories, true stories. But those are being reserved for another video also. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, take two. If you enjoy these videos, you're amongst the most intelligent people on the planet. And if you do, please subscribe, like, share, click the notification bell. And before I go, I'd like to share one of my most important truths with you. Every day above ground is a good day. I'll say it again. Every day above ground is a good day. If you are conscious of that sentence, and if you will accept it to some degree, if not wholly, then your worst day in your life will still be a good day. And of course, please remember that you are appreciated. Thank you. I'll see you on the next one.